So in 2007, you had your very first movie that you did, and then you did Atonement. Yeah. How did that happen?
It was, I mean, I was completely wrong for it. That was the thing about it. It just shows you, if there's anyone here who wants to do it, like, absolutely you have to, you know, be half decent and work very, very hard. But also it does take a bit of luck, and somebody, just one person coming along and going, you should see that kid, or you should see that person for that role, you know? Because in the book of Atonement that Ian McEwan wrote, Bryony is described as this like olive tone skin, brown haired child who looks like Keira Knightley, basically, and I don't. And so I was completely wrong for it, but I had worked with this dialect coach on the first film that I did, which was with Amy Heckerling, and she was this brilliant, brilliant dialect coach, and she works with Keira as well, and so she was going to be doing the film, she was going to be doing Atonement, and she told Joe to see me for it, and so that's how I got in to meet him, and I sent over a tape. And we were in the country at that stage. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why. I think it's because I love being back here so much. It really means an awful lot that you've all come out. Anyway, it really does. Sorry.
You were here for the the virtuosos.
I never get nervous doing these things, but it's anyway. Thanks. I'll just. Do I look more relaxed now? But yeah. Anyway, so we sent a tape off, and that's how I got the part.
So, what drove Bryony to be so destructive? She was a nasty little girl.
She wasn't. She wasn't nasty. I don't think she was anything. Anyway, I think she was fiercely intelligent. And actually an awful lot like Lady Bird, and I hope quite a few of the characters I've played, she's quite driven, you know, she's a writer, and she knows she wants to be a writer, and she knows that she's good, and she's got a plan, and she's going to bully everyone into being in her play. And I think, you know, she's a child, especially in that sort of social situation, and at that time in England, children probably weren't really spoken to, you know. I think that was the way for quite a long time, where you were sort of, you weren't really interacted with, and nobody except for James's character really truly interacts with her as a child, and so I think she's developed this overactive imagination, and unfortunately that gets them all into trouble. So
you ended up getting an Oscar nomination for this performance, and you were really young. What was your reaction when you know, there must have been a moment.
Honestly, the thing that excited me the most about it was the fact that I had watched the Oscars on the telly every year that it had been on since I was very, very young. So the fact that I was getting to go and be part of it, like a TV show, in my opinion, and like I got to be on the telly, I was so excited about that, more than anything. Because, you know, we didn't know anyone then, and it's such a massive event. Out of all of them, obviously it's the biggest one, and everyone is there. And I had only worked on a few films, so we didn't really know anyone. So my mum and my dad and I went, and we were doing Lovely Bones at the time in New Zealand. Thank you. And and so it was one of the things that Peter Jackson said to me before I left, because he's obviously won like 55 Oscars and is very experienced when it comes to the Academy Awards. And he said, you know, it's going to go by so quickly, so you just need to take a second to soak it all up and really sort of immerse yourself in it. And so that's what I did. So it was brilliant. It was great.